MBA required to be a successful entrepreneur? I don't think that MBA is required to be a successful entrepreneur. History has witnessed great entrepreneurs who were not MBAs. Steve Jobs, Larry Ellison, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg. To name a few. Entrepreneurship is a choice. You don't even need your own business to become an entrepreneur. Here's my take on that. You don't need your own business to become an entrepreneur. Yupal Vaishnav. There are certain characteristics of entrepreneurs that one can cultivate regardless of whether he's an MBA or not. They are: 1. Passion. Passion fuels them. It keeps their spirit high. 2. Perseverance. When they think they have tried enough, they try once more. They are really bad at giving up. 3. Continuous learning. They keep looking at different ways to make things better. 4. Make it happen attitude. No matter the problem, they choose to be a part of the solution. They don't wait to see things happen, they make them happen. They assume unconditional ownership of the problems they are dealing with, and that's what makes them remarkable. 5. Decision making. They make decisions. Good. And bad. Bad decisions are better than no decisions to them. Why? Because through continuous learning, they will correct themselves pretty soon. Entrepreneurs may be employed by other organizations, or they may have created their own organization. That doesn't matter. What matters is the difference they make on the projects and tasks they undertake. Having said that, doing MBA has its own merits. Not entirely in the degree itself, but in the process through which you achieve the degree. Also, there are many MBAs who are successful entrepreneurs. So doing MBA is not counterproductive for entrepreneurship, but it's not a prerequisite. Here's how I look at this whole MBA mumbo jumbo. MBA equals Masters of Business Administration. More often than not, entrepreneurs spend most of their time in creating and defining the businesses, and hire someone else, maybe a good MBA, to administer them. Smiley face. For me, being an entrepreneur is like taking unconditional ownership of the projects, personal and professional, that I choose to undertake and make them happen. I have an MBA. Getting an MBA helped me in many ways. My MBA helped me transition from engineering roles to business roles. My MBA gave me a framework for my business ideas, but one thing an MBA didn't do was help me found and run a company. I think of all the things that helped prepare me for running a startup was all of the failures I had before in my life. Failure and the ability to bounce back repeatedly from failure is one of the most important skills you can have in life. And the resilience you learn from overcoming failure is essential for running a startup, because nothing comes easy. What are you going to do when you get turned down by 63 VCs in a row when you are raising your funding? When your VP of engineering walks out the door on you? When your first product doesn't work? When customers don't want to buy your first product? When you're out of money and you need to lay off half your staff? All of these things happened to me when I was running my company. Nothing I did getting my MBA prepared me for any of this. There are many things you're going to have to do to build a successful company. Yes, you need to be organized. Yes, you need to be able to recruit. Yes, you need to be able to lead and set a clear direction. But none of that will matter if you can't overcome failure. Yes and no. 5 primary considerations. 1. Business is not life. Business is the essence of our life, but is often conducted out of our social benevolence sphere, for the sake of providing value. A good analogy would be that business is a different planet with different gravity. An entrepreneur will eventually understand everything that is taught at MBA school. But if you teach them too early, nothing will sink in. 2. An entrepreneur is not only just building business. He is trying to learn business by building one. 3. An MBA curriculum too early is like the driver's education class of a driver license. You must drive the car on the road, otherwise nothing that is taught in the MBA class becomes relevant. At MBA, they don't teach how to build a company, they teach you how not to kill it and how to get paid a salary from it. 4. All great companies were eventually killed by MBA students. Administrators can never compete with entrepreneurs and founders for power, thirst and passion. 5. Going to MBA before entrepreneurship would be totally useless, because the most difficult part of entrepreneurship is finding a business to run, not running it. However, one cannot skip MBA. They have important framework to prepare you for your second startup. Steve Jobs' success does not mean MBA is unimportant. Jobs and countless others went to their own DIY business training, they just did it themselves.